Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Today's video is something that I've been putting off for a long time. About 7 years ago, I did a video when I brought home my new Honda lawnmower, an HRR216VKA model. And it is a self-propelled powered lawnmower, and it's served me really well. So I thought it would be time to do a follow-up video and show what it looks like 7 seasons later. I've used it for 7 full seasons. This will be the start of the 8th season. So I'm doing a little maintenance on it, changing the oil and putting a new air cleaner on it, and I also have a new blade for it. So we'll look at those one at a time. First is the oil change, and I did a little clip of draining the oil out, and we'll show you that now. So let's take a look at how that Honda lawnmower looks now about 7 years later. Okay, so this is my Honda lawnmower now 7 years on. I think it still looks pretty darn good, and man, it looks darn near new. So yeah, let me tip it up here so you can see what it looks like underneath. So you can see I've already taken the old blade off of it, and I did a little pressure wash underneath there, so you know it shows 7 years, 7 seasons worth of grass wear and tear on there, but you know, no big rust, nothing that looks too terribly bad. Looks pretty good. The belt is still in good shape. No cracks or anything. That's the drive belt that drives the rear wheels. So let's get a little closer look at the lawnmower with the GoPro. Again, this is a Honda lawnmower with 7 seasons on it. See if I can get my shadow out of the way there. In pretty darn good shape. As you can see, the control surfaces still look really good and operate just as they did when they were new. You know, like I said, overall, you don't see a lot of rust. You don't, and it's not like I haven't abused this lawnmower, but I haven't gone to extraordinary lengths to take care of it either, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. So as you can see, even the bag looks pretty good. There's no rips or tears, and like I said, it's had like I said, 7 seasons. So yeah, so far so good. Let's start by replacing the air filter. The air filter on this Honda, you can see the part number at the top here, 08171-ZL8-001. Fits many models of Honda lawnmower. Really easy to replace. Let's do that now. Okay, I'll see if I can keep my hands out of the way when I'm doing this, and we'll record it with the GoPro too. There's just 2 tabs at the top of the air filter element holder here. Press down on them, open it up, and there's that filter. It looks pretty nasty. So we simply pull that out, and then I'm going to take a rag and I'm going to clean up around this before I put the new filter in. So once you have your filter housing cleaned up, I just got the hose and some water and then dried it off a little bit, cleaned up around here. I noticed when I was brushing that off, I did get some dirt inside the area there, so be careful when you're doing that. Make sure you wipe all that out. And then that just goes in there like the old one, and then there's hooks at the bottom. In fact, you might want to hook this first, like so. Place the filter element in, and then just snap it closed, and that's all there is to it. So yeah, that's all. Nothing to put the new filter element in, and you should do that at least once a year, depending on your conditions. Okay, now the blades. So the top blade is Honda part number 72531-VH7-000. That's the one that's closest to the motor of the lawnmower. Then the bottom blade that fits over the top of that is part number 72511-VL0 HRR216VKA. If you're looking to order those, but the one just fits right on top of the other, and you can feel them nest together, and then they bolt onto the lawnmower. We'll take a look at that now. So the two blades nest together, and you've got bolts with washers on them, and you want to make sure the concave part of the washer is facing towards the lawnmower. 14mm heads on these. So now that we've got the bolts on there, we do need to torque them to specification. Honda says the torque spec for these bolts is 36 to 43 foot-pounds, and what they show is using a piece of wood to block the blade. That looks like that's going to work, and that'll hold the blade in place while I torque it down to specification. The other thing that I want to add is make sure you pull the spark plug lead off of the spark plug, because what you don't want is to be moving this thing around and it pops over on you. You know, even just a little pop would hurt, so you don't want to do that. So I already have my torque wrench set to specification, so let's see if we can tighten them down here. Well, that may or may not hold. Yeah, there we go. That's the first one, and that's the second one. I set my torque wrench on 43 foot-pounds, which was the top end of what Honda says, so we're good to go there. So you know, that's really easy, nothing to it, and my blades were in terrible condition, so it was time to put new ones on. So just in case you wanted to see, here's my old blades, and as you can see, they had really seen better days and were long overdue to be replaced. The other thing that I should have mentioned is that I do have the oil drain from the lawnmower, so it's tipping on its side. There's no oil in it right now. So now that's the last thing we need to do. I'm going to tip the lawnmower back up. We're going to fill it up with oil, and we should be ready to start it up. Okay guys, I've got some Valvoline synthetic blend here, 10W30, and it is the SJ API service qualification. So I've measured out just a little over 12 ounces here, and we're going to pour it in. Okay, so I cleaned off around the spout there. I'm going to fill the oil here. Like I said, I've got just a little over 12 ounces measured. See if I can do this without spilling too much. Well, it looks like it's good. We got most of it in there. It tells you to use the dipstick and to measure it without screwing it in. So we're just going to stick the dipstick in and take a look. And yeah, it's right in the middle of the run area there. I could probably put just a little bit more oil in there, but it's well within where the specification is. So I checked it again there. I added a little bit and got it near the top. What you absolutely don't want to do is overfill it. Okay, the last thing we need to do here is put that spark plug cap back on. Like I said, whenever you're working on your lawnmower, it's a good idea to take that off, because the last thing you would want to happen is that it accidentally fired up, or even a pop could take off a finger or something. So it's just good practice to pull that off. There we go. First time I stuck it in there, I knew I didn't get it all the way down in, so I tried it again, and it's all the way to the bottom, so I know it's connected. The other thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is that your fuel petcock is on. I should have had that off. I just noticed that I did not turn it off while I was tipping it on its side, so I had barely a drop of fuel in it, so I don't think it hurt anything. But whenever you're working on it, you also want to turn that thing off. So we got that on. let's see if we can get it to fire up here. Now, we're liable to see a little bit of smoke because the mower, like I said, it's been on its side and so forth. So it might blow a little smoke, but it should fire right up. Okay, let's see if it'll give us a first pull start here. Well, shoot, that was excellent. Like I said, starting the 8th season with this lawnmower, I'd say it's holding up really well. And in fact, in many ways, it still looks like new. And I honestly didn't expect it to start on the first pull there because we'd been tipping it over and so forth. But boy, it fired right up immediately. So we're good to go. I'm going to check the oil one more time. And then I'm going to get out and mow my front lawn. I'm going to throw a drone up in the air and take some time-lapse photography of mowing the front yard with this guy. Well, hey guys, so with the help of the Mavic 2 Zoom and the Skydio 2, you guys got to witness my first mow of the 8th season for my Honda lawnmower. I think this thing acquitted itself very well, and you know, for being 7 years old, it runs just like it did the first day I got it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The time lapse was done with the Mavic 2, and then the follow me in my backyard was done with the Skydio 2. Anyway, thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. You know, this is the spring of 2020. We're right in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis right now. I'm asking everybody to be kind to your neighbor, maintain that social distancing, and we'll all get through this. I'm sure people will be watching this 10 years from now wondering what the heck is that guy talking about. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of video, please subscribe to my channel. And most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And we absolutely will see you on the next one. Honda HRR216VKA lawnmower, Skydio 2, Mavic 2 Zoom. Alright, see you guys.